this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a just a lesson in some ways. Um, what I want to do is to, since we got some new people who are on this twin flame adventure, understand the difference between this is like trigger warning with Killer Mike. So I'm warning you, this might be a little triggery for some of you all, because again, this kind of way in which I'm going to talk about might be a little bit radical from some of you all's viewpoints. And I'm going to kind of go back and we're going to tackle the understanding of what karma is and what is a karmic. Uh, Especially this, we got to remember again that where we are in this twin flame journey or adventure, we are being pushed to look at things with a different point of view. Okay, and on this channel, I try my best to help you to understand, to kind of widen the scope and say, hey, have you thought about looking at it? Thank you for divine confirmation. Have you thought about looking at it from this way? Because I am believing that our way in viewing, now the confirmation of how we're viewing these karmic situations or the karmic relationship is becoming karmic for us. We're viewing the karmic situation from a standpoint of it being truly from a negative place. Karma, if I'm looking at, and I've got here, I'm looking up the definition and I'm going to read the definition. Karmic is relating to or a characteristic of karma, denoting good or bad luck viewed as resulting from one's actions. That is what karma is. Karma is something that's nor good or bad, or if you want to even go by my mentor says that karma does not exist at all. There's no such thing as karma. This, as you want to say, is shit, this happens, or life just happens, period. You do things, this is the cause and effect of it that comes back to you. Now, what I'm looking at here, this next thing is, since we're talking about it, I looked on my phone. Let me get out of this one. I'm looking at karma. Okay, I said, let me just look up karma and see the reference of it. So they say karma means an action or work or deed. It also refers to the spiritual principle of cause and effect. It's talked about it, where intent and actions of the individual, the cause, the influence of the future of that individual, and good intent and good deeds contribute to good karma and happy rebirths, while bad intent and bad deeds contribute to bad karma and bad rebirths. So if you go by this definition, woo, I'm getting stimulated here. If you go by this definition, we can be karmic. Because either if our intent of how we go into relationship, either it is causing it to put what they said, good intent or good deeds contribute to good karma and happy rebirths. Or do we step into a relationship to be bad intent, or we have bad deeds contribute to bad karma and bad rebirths? The thing of it is, again, is what we do, which is the cause, influences the future of that individual, which is the effect of it is what actually happened. The cause is what intent and actions of an individual. Let me backtrack on that. And the effect is the influence of the future of the individual effect. So I can go into a relationship as a karmic or a divine karmic and say in my contract, and I'm looking at this, the definition says, what is a karmic soulmate? A karmic soulmate is a person who shares some sort of karmic attachment, energetic tie, or psychic agreement with you. It may be based upon a past life where you have energetics bleeding through from past lives that need to be resolved in this lifetime. So let's say again that if I step into that relationship as a divine twin flame and say, I want to help you all elevate. I believe by me stepping into this relationship that I'm going to help myself elevate and become divine too, by me being a part of this exchange of energies, because my intent may seem like it comes in there bad, but my intent also is for at the end of the day for me to be changed in return. So can I not also be a divine twin flame coming into that relationship saying to help? Yes, you can. Some twin flames have also, through their contracts, have asked to say, I don't want to learn any kind of karmic from anybody else. I want to learn my karma or my lesson from you. Because eventually, what you want in that karmic relationship is for it to turn into either your dharma, or it can turn in, which is your purpose, or it can turn into it also, as I call it, your dojo, which is dojo for me is again a term that I've coined off of martial arts, in which you have that lesson and it turns into it helping you to be able to find the way, the only way, the divine way out of that situation. And so by you being the karmic in there, you learn something within yourself as far as what things are needed, as far as what your purpose is, and the way or the true way as far as divine way as far as source wants you to go, and vice versa. Where we're getting off of it is the 3D paradigm, looking at it from that point of view as saying that, oh, if you're in that situation, it is bad. And I'm telling you all, in some ways, the way we're viewing these situations, it is coming from a scope of keeping us in that perpetuated state of our divine counterparts or ourselves being in that same, I was about to say cesspool, I don't like that, in that same energies, which locks us in, that we can't find any other alternative, no other way of escaping it, because we're saying because it's karmic. Not looking at it from the positive thing standpoint, and understanding that this thing that either my past life has signed me on for, or even whatever that I am doing now, that I've said that I've done in this life, has made me sign up to say, you know what, I think you need a lesson. The lesson to help you to be able to kind of help you get on that path to your true purpose, or help you to say, you know what, this is happening within you. You're not able to see it any other kind of way. So let me bring in this person to help you to be able to say, you know what, maybe you need to kind of change your belief system. Maybe you need to change your ideology. Maybe you need to change the course of how you viewing things. Like, again, sometimes divine masculines get into those kind of relationships of marital things because they got a interesting twist about how love is supposed to be, how committed relationships supposed to be, or how family dynamic is supposed to be. They get into those karmic situations. They help them say, okay, you know, some of them need those hard towers to happen and in that relationship, so they can be able to let go and let loose of that ideology. Same thing with, again, for feminists. Maybe they're walking into there and have this wrong thing about idolizing their husbands because of that, and because of maybe the way when they were as a child, this is what they thought. Or maybe when they were in a relationship, like one of the subscribers said, all the time everybody doesn't have childhood wounds. That's true. Or maybe not being abandoned when they were a child, they were abandoned when they were in, they had their first love, and so they got a fear of abandonment, rejection from that point on, and so they go into this karmic situation with another twin flame that's got the same identified issue, and now they come together and they say, hey, let's learn this together, learn this lesson together. Their higher selves get together and say, hey, I'm going to play the role of this, and you're going to play the role of this. Now, I'm going to do a darn good job of playing something that might not be, because, again, I'm coming there as my distorted self, and you coming there as your distorted self. And us together, we don't look like we are actually divines, but we are. But we're coming together as we're distorted. That does not mean that that person is not divine. They're not a twin. You hear them make the statement that they're saying they're not awakened yet. Okay, so does that mean that when I'm in there that I am just a karmic, I'm not a divine? We all have done things, but we all have fallen short of the Lord. We all have done things that, again, that we are distorted, but that does not mean that we are not divine. Confirmation. We can't say that. And I was about to say, there's some things that even, you know, even Jesus Christ, some things, if you put that the way short, he's like, I kind of maybe missed the mark on that one. You know, we all have. But my thing is, it might not be as much as we have. He knew better. We was kind of out the mark there a little bit, so we can take there some things like that. But you know, the human things that sometimes, yeah, the ego would talk to him. I think about that, and then those in the Garden of Gethsemane, that thing of doubt, you know, asking Father, you know, you could take this away from me. He knew what he was sent here for. You know, we have all different kind of variances, things. Not much as we did, because he knew better than we did. But we're getting off the topic. My thing is understanding. I love you all. I love you all dearly. But I want to open up your eyes and your scope of thinking, this narrow way of only tunnel vision, of saying again that divine twins are not, divine whatever, we are not, divine unisouls, I'm going back to it, that we are twin flames are not karmics. The definition falls either way it go. Either you give a good karma or bad karma, it's still karmic. So you're karmic. Twin flames, again, we come in that distortion. And when we in our distorted self, our intentions is a question mark, as they said. And let me go off my phone. Your intentions and your deed is a question mark. So again, those things is what our karma in the present affects one's future in the current, as well as the nature and quality of future lives. So what are we doing? Again, we've got to step away and move away from the idea again about how we are viewing the karmic, ourselves. Remember, everything that's all around here, we are one. We are all mirrors and reflection. Even in that karmic person that you don't like, there's something does not maybe specifically resonate or mirror back. Remember, just like a mirror, I put my right hand up and really actually I got my left hand up. There's something that you too have to work out. When we get that understanding, that common thread, then we're ready to resonate and to go on to the next level. Until we get that, the karmic is going to be your karma. The way you view it. And that's really, I'm saying it, try to open up your eyes to view it a different way. Karmic situations is to help you to get your blessing, get the lesson and the blessing, and to get out. But because we keep on getting stuck in the hamster wheel, we are not able to get to the point to get off. Say these towers, these things that's hitting me all upside the head, are lessons or signals or symbols to let me know something I've got to choose differently. And so we have to get in that point to choose our different karma. They say your intent of what's going to happen in the future as far as you projecting that energy. And so that's what we got to get out of. Again, I think that the way we're viewing the word karmic or karma has got, right now we're getting pushed to be able to change that. So again, this is like trigger warning, like Killer Mike. When you watch trigger warning Killer Mike, he comes up with these way outrageous things, like how to teach people to do plumbing but using porno. And he said again, when he did it, the people had, it was a drastic change in the success rate of people knowing. When he tested them afterwards, they did understand how to do plumbing. Simple plumbing things, little tasks around the house from viewing that. But first, they didn't know a darn thing. But after they watched that porno film, they knew, okay, I know how to snake, how to unplug my drain, how to change the light bulb, how to change the lock. All that stuff from watching that. So again, this is just like this. Some of you all, this might trigger you all to do that. But again, my thing as a teacher is for you to open your mind up to other avenues and other ways of how you can be viewing this karmic thing. And not looking at that the karmic is, or the karma thing, the whole situation is a bad thing. They come to learn. You want that person, and I wanted to almost talk about that, but I see I keep on getting pushed about that. You want this person, when my topic was today was supposed to be, are you ready? You want them when you're ready. I was watching also, his name is Sada Guru. If I'm mispronouncing, that's fine. You can type down there, like the one told me her name was Misha Paris. I was mispronouncing it. Her thing, about the one temptation thing. That's beautiful. My thing is again understanding that we don't want something when they're not ready for it. And he talked about in this today when I looked at the video of how that really damages the person, that it could be something so very beautiful, and how simply by you doing that can damage the whole beautiful thing or the connection altogether when a person is not truly ready. That's why these karmic situations come, so that they can get them ready. Is it nice? Is it beautiful? Is it ugly? Is it painful? Yes. Check the everything all above that I just said that in times. Some of them again, but that's something that's needed for when they come to you, they are truly ready. There's no question mark. Do they want this union? They'll come running without them running, screaming, and dragging them into it. They'll come willingly. They say, I get it now. I see what makes you so different from the person that I was with, who you are with now. And that's pretty much the differences of what the whole karmic situation is for them to be able to really truly waken up their eyes and really truly see the value in the connection. So yes, can we as twin flames be karmic? Yes, because we can be acting in our distorted self and don't know the value of the connection ourselves. And that's why sometimes we have to play the role along with another twin flame that's distorted until we get to understand and say, thank you, ma'am. You helped me see a different way. Now we need to part ways and separate. And now let me go to my true twin flame and you go off to your true twin flame as well. Thank you. So I just wanted to take time to kind of address that, because there's still some kind of confusion of understanding the karmic. We're looking at it from a negative standpoint. With that, take what resonates, whatever does not, just that way. But again, like I said, we as twin flames, we're supposed to be open and listen to all sides before we really truly do. Like my dad had a saying that said, before you really form an opinion or a strong truth, make sure that you get all other facts. That's my dad's saying. Okay, so in that regards, let's kind of think about that and seeing. But like I said, I used the definition, all those different things, and so some of us, we can get to the point that we can agree to disagree. We'll see, but we still know at the end of the day, the job of the karmics is for your person, for them, is for them to learn, to move them into that purpose, and for them to help them to learn the way, the divine way of living, of loving, of being. All right, on that note, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Love you. Don't forget to join us tonight at 5:45 or 6 in between on my channel for the Playground Experience Sandbox Edition. You will have myself, Kathy D, and April Williams will be there to answer your questions. We'll continue on the subject that we talked about on Wednesday. And so then we'll be able to, we talk about other different things too. So whatever topics that you all want to talk about, we can also chat it up there. Remember to bring your pail and your sand as well, and bring a change of clothes just in case you get any sand in between your underwear. All right, as always, see you till next time.